All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Morning Spike. This is our weekly show where the Dynasty Pylon and all the Nerd Huddle guys come together and talk football. So it's just me and Martin this week. So yeah, man. What is up? Any plans for today to watch the conference champ?
Well, watch the games, man.
Yeah. Going in
totally different. Didn't think it's a total different outcome to what I thought was going to happen.
Oh. Yeah.
This is very surprising. Yeah, I just expect Chiefs in LA to win it now at this point, but then at the same time, San Francisco's surprised me this far, and the Bengals have somehow snuck their way in there. Are they really the truth? I don't know.
Not getting sacked 9 times.
Yeah, that's what
not sneaking that win again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So it's really weird to see that if you get sacked 9 times, you still come out with a win. So
I guess only if you're playing against Tannehill.
God, man, that got ruined for everyone. Yeah.
You know, that was some major that last Titans and Bengals, like, because that was one thing we said, or most of us said, is like if Henry is like 80%, if he's playing well, they're gonna win, and he did not play well. I mean, he got,
not at all.
60 yards maybe, and then Tannehill just, I don't know what the hell he was doing. 3 interceptions, 4 interceptions, something crazy like that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they like Titans beat themselves, definitely. Ryan Tannehill beat the Titans.
It was we were talking about last week. Foreman was the one who ended up having less carries and the same amount of yards as him. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. But the fact that is, if we talked about this on a couple days ago, me and Mark, and we were talking about the Bengals have beaten the Chiefs before. Of course, certain personnel weren't there at the time, but it's very possible. We've seen it before. So can they do it again? I don't know. I think the Chiefs are finally found their groove just in the nick of time, where it finally counts towards the back end of the season, getting themselves in and, finally playing, because what they did last week was, it was just so crazy. That was such a good game. Probably the best game I've seen all season. And it was, I couldn't believe how good of a game that was. And it was just back and forth, and so much happened in under less than 2 minutes. It was
in 13 seconds.
It was just nuts. All right. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. That was such a good game, man. That was another thing that like really upsetting. It's like, well, what was I reading? That like Josh Allen like lost lost in the playoffs because of a coin flip 2 times.
Mhm.
I was like, Jesus, are you kidding me? Like, he's such a great player, and he literally lost on a 50-50 coin flip. What? Like, that needs to go away. And skill is what needs to be.
People forgetting of the
5.
defense let that happen too, though.
Yeah.
So
Which
that
is
and that's where I'm kind of standing at. Buffalo, they could have put a preventive defense. Like, how are you gonna let Travis Kelce do that? Like, come on. Like, it's gonna go, Kelce
Yeah.
or Hill. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that they could have done a little bit better, and that's how I see it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is another thing I get. They were playing. I believe when he caught it, like at the end of the regulation, I think he caught it, and they were in a prevent defense. But also, it's like they're not really trying to score a touchdown either. Like, they just need to get to field goal range.
Yeah.
And why don't you have like just somebody hanging out just around that area to prevent any kind of, because it's got to be middle of the field. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know. I thought that was silly, because they even talked about it was Kelce was like, hey, he had a route he was going to run. And he's like, if there's an opening, I'm going to run there. And then right before the snap, you heard Mahomes saying, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah.
So it's like some high school, yeah. Playground shit they were doing,
Yeah.
Still sticking to the Bucks versus Bengals. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jimmy. Hopefully.
You freaking believe
Is that
it,
that's what's gonna happen? Is Stafford's gonna like win the Super Bowl and take off his mask and it's Tom Brady again?
Dude. And all right. So yesterday we all heard the news, and if you haven't heard the news, then come up out of your rock. How do you feel about Tom Brady? Like,
I mean, is he retiring? Is he not retiring?
they're saying he is, and what?
Because Adam Schefter, I believe, said he was,
and then there was a report there wasn't. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
and then so
I don't know. And it's crazy for us who play Dynasty. It's like, what is his value now? You don't even know. He's like in the Ridley. He's in like purgatory right now. You don't know what to do with that guy.
Mhm.
This is what Brady's at. And if Brady says he's still going to play, then he's going to play. But how much can Schefter get in trouble for that?
I don't think he can get in trouble, because they're reporting and everything they do is like kind of like rumors anyway. At the very least, he did like retract it, and apologize. He's like, oh, I heard, I'm sorry, but I think the issue is if they get shit wrong, like people kind of stop listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and he's usually on point with his info.
Usually, he's been wrong before this season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Jimmy said, from what I heard, that Ian Rappaport, he said that those close to him said he was. They just didn't come out this season, out this soon. True. So I mean, that's why there's people saying, like, there's people really close that's saying he's done, but then I guess he had to like call his agent. I feel that's a very Tom Brady kind of thing. He's like, I'm not done. I'm not done until I say I'm done. I feel that that's what he wants to do. He wants to say he's done. It doesn't want to come out through like a rumor leak kind of thing.
Right. It's I don't know, because I feel like at that point it's like, do you, like, as Tom Brady, is it best to the sooner the better so the team can move on, or do you kind of hold this lingering question? Because Kyle Trask, is he ready? We don't know. Like, they didn't put him in. They put him in the preseason, which he looked okay, but we don't really know. So, and
oh, here you want to show that one?
Yeah, Jimmy said, I just thought the potential last touchdown throw to Brady Evans was tossed into the crowd, and the fan is about to get paid. Yeah, probably. If that's the last one, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because Brady never asked for it back either, so definitely for sure. It was the one that Evans caught, and he just flung it up there. I don't even think it was. anybody specific, but yeah, for sure.
Especially in a
$2 grand,
playoff
maybe a
game,
mil.
I feel like in a playoff game, anything that Tom Brady threw, especially like this season, but we're keeping that one just in case, because that might be his last throw ever. So
that ball's gonna be worth.
they're good. They get to pay off their house.
Their cars.
Yeah, send your kids to college.
Yeah.
So here, I saw this one and it legit made me laugh. This one. Oh no, can you hear it?
No, there's no audio.
No,
I have to go retract it.
Oh, I know.
Trust me, I do that crap all the time. Like it's like I'm playing it, and then Mark goes, "You're not showing it, or there's no audio."
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm leaving.
This was good.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
So I was just from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
So.
I recognized it when he came up around the podium, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like, "That's very, very fitting for
That's
everything
too
that
perfect,
happened."
man. It's too perfect.
Yeah. Oh man. But so yeah, let's talk about these games real quick. Bengals and Chiefs. Who do you think?
After what the Chiefs did, man, I'm gonna say Chiefs, dude. Look, I love Josh Allen, dude. That guy, that's my boy right there. Like I love watching his games. I will watch Buffalo over an Atlanta game. He's just so fun to watch, And I really thought that he had it when he made that fourth touchdown with Gabe, and Gabriel Davis caught it. I was like, "Oh, dude, they're done. There's no way in time they're gonna be able to get their win." And boy, did they prove us all wrong. And and I think that's a better defense. So
yeah,
I think Bengals, if they win, I'm gonna be very shocked, because this is the furthest they've ever gone in how long? I don't like it's been a while, man. I don't think they've gone this far. Yeah, 13 freaking seconds. I can't believe it, man.
Those 13 seconds are gonna, if I was any of the Bengals fan or like on the team, it would be on my mind forever. Like all the way leading until next season when you're in the playoffs again, you're just like 13 seconds. 13 seconds. And you saw all the videos, right, of them celebrating, like bars in Buffalo celebrating, like throwing confetti
Start
everywhere.
the time
like,
now. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Like, but oh my god, 13 seconds. That's rough.
All right. Do you know what you just did in 13 seconds? You said, but scratched your head and said, "Yeah, that's rough." That was 13 seconds.
Yeah, there you go.
You just did. I just timed it right now. That was 13 seconds. Like that's what happened in 13 seconds here on this show. There, they scored a freaking.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I mean, that's just the power of Mahomes and Kelsey, and Hill. I mean, how crazy those guys are. It's
right now they are on fire. And you know what? If they don't get it this season, I'm gonna be a little bit worried because me Dynasty mind. I got we're thinking age, and regression. Kelsey's up there. Tyreek Hill's about to turn 28. So I know in some people's eyes, 28 is like, oh, that's still it's still young, but it's people forget it's a young man's game. All right. Tyreek Hill's been in since he was early 20s. There's a certain point where Tyreek Hill will get slower, but he's still going to be faster than most of the league. But you got to keep that in mind. And that's usually happens when they hit their 30s. And I think that they go after a offensive weapon for the future here soon.
I can see that.
I think they should do it this year and next year, because if they don't, they're gonna be hurting. But hey, that's just what I'm thinking ahead, and that's just me, like as a dynasty, owner. I don't have any chief at all, like any in my dynasty, like at all. So But I'm just thinking about this. That's what they should do here soon. And this is later in the future. But as of now, this is the time to do it. They need to get it because what they have one, right?
They got one.
So
And last year they were there. They were
and they
in the game
lost.
and
Yeah,
they lost.
so
But I mean,
why not get another
wow.
one?
Yeah. Can you imagine though if Mahomes wins? He's 2-3 out of the last 3 Super Bowls, and the only time he's lost is against Tom freaking Brady. I mean, as a young quarterback as he is, that's insane. That's like, I don't know. I mean, that's experience and knowledge that like any QB, no matter what age, would love to have. You know, and he's getting it, you know, with him being this young. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with for a very long time in the league.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you know, so you know, and I think for at least the next few years, you know, contract wise and stuff like that, pending, it's going to be Bills and Chiefs. You know, like
yeah,
that's the AFC. That's it.
And what they are so perfectly lined up for next season. Here's the thing: not only they can win the Super Bowl, but they have 9 draft picks next season.
Damn.
9. Okay. Now, majority of them are all 7s, but you can always find a gem in the 7th round somehow, some way. They have their first, they have their second, they have their third, they have their fourth. They have Baltimore's 6th, Minnesota's 7th, Raiders 7th, and then they have their own 7th and 7th. And they're only 8 picks apart. So one of those were probably from previous years. But it's just crazy that they have 9 potential slots that they can easily get. And it would not surprise me if they go after a high prospected rookie. Because the rookie class coming in this season is really good. But that's about it. Everything else, it's like you have to get in the first 2 rounds, and then the rest are fillers. It's not a really good class. It's probably as good as like the 2016, 2017 year, where it was just like really good players at the beginning, and then the rest were just kind of like fill-in guys. So, and that's the thing. I find I would not be surprised if they end up getting themselves like a receiver, or maybe even help with that defense, that corner situation that they have. So they're set up for this offseason too. So
yeah, that's why like, and then also the Bengals, you know, not to sell them short, they're in the AFC Championship, which is crazy, and they still don't have an offensive line. You know, they've got probably the best wide receiver core, a crazy backfield in running backs. And Joe Burrow is legit, you know what I mean? So if they can find a way to protect
Joey
him,
B's just so freaking good.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
Yeah. I mean, if I was the Bengals,
they have to go after an O-line. They
Yeah.
have to this year.
Yeah.
I don't think they can avoid that.
Yeah, no way.
There's some pretty good offensive linemen coming in. You know, I think that if they don't go after an offensive lineman, I have a feeling that Joe Burrow's career is going to be a lot shorter than what we expected. It might be Andrew Luck 2.0.
Yeah.
And I think you guys had mentioned that on the Grizzly show, right?
About him getting beat up because he got annihilated.
No, yeah.
He got annihilated. You know, 9 sacks, and they weren't just like wrapped up, you know, and taken to the ground. Some of them were like really, really bad hits. Like, damn, you know. So yeah, they gotta protect him if that's what they want. And also, it's like if that's all you got to focus on offense is just your O line, that's not bad. You know, you go after a veteran center. You know, I forgot what team. I think it was Tampa. It was Tampa or Patriots, one or the other. They have a veteran O line that is gonna center that's gonna hit free agency, and obviously the Bears are looking at somebody. You know, they need that O line as well. Those 2
teams
being in the same situation.
Bad.
Yeah, you know, but I mean the Bengals. I mean they're literally 5 big guys away from being contenders.
I think they're about 2 or 3. Because people forget they made some moves, but it wasn't anything like noticeable like the draft, like Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if they get a veteran center and on a lockdown left tackle, game over. I mean,
yeah,
everyone else
and
you can kind of figure out, but those two are
what's
the
funny
main.
is we talk about their future as well is this team also has 9 picks too.
Damn, really? Wow.
Yeah, they also have 9 picks. They have their first, their second, their third, their fourth. They acquired another fourth from someone out of previous years. A fifth, a sixth, and the Giants' seventh, and their own seventh.
Okay.
So I
I
mean,
I can see them putting stuff together to make a good move if there's a
if
solid
I
O
would
line.
them, they would trade up those fourths for an extra third and get something value. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. But I'm
a lot
there
of
with
trades
you.
up
I'm
there.
yeah, I know it's awesome. I'm there with you with the Chiefs. I think they're gonna get it. They should get it. Better defense. The offense, I don't want to say it's better, but they know how to work more in line than the Bengals. I think the Bengals are still trying to figure out how to be a lockdown offense, but because I mean Chase and Higgins and Boyd are like Jesus. Those guys are insane.
Yeah,
So,
they're unstoppable.
yeah. So, but I think Chiefs got it. I'm there. What about the other one? So we got 49ers who, so the past 3 weeks, they eliminated the Saints from getting into the playoffs, eliminated the Cowboys in the wild card, and then eliminated Green Bay in Green Bay at the divisional round.
Yeah.
What the heck? Like, what is Jimmy G doing? And I know you guys were talking about it on the Dynasty Pylon the other day. It's like,
shoes.
yeah, I mean, he's the kind of guy they're running into situations like, you keep the guy that got you to the AFC or NFC championship, but I know that's a conversation for after the season.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, what is Jimmy G doing? What I don't. I mean, is his uncle a leprechaun that he's like, like, hey, I don't get it. I mean, he's got some kind of lucky charm somewhere. That's crazy because that dude, he's doing it. He's doing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Rams because it is Stafford, and Stafford has the reputation like Rodgers in choking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's that. But what do you think? Niners or Rams?
Rams. I'm gonna say Rams on that one.
Yeah, same.
I don't think this luck continues this far with them. I don't think it's gonna continue as to say where. Yeah. And it's hard for me to say that because of what they've been doing, man. Do I see? I don't know. And it's hard to say. But I really honestly think it's going to be the Rams. But it just, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. They've been surprising me.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to say they want it more, but I do feel like they kind of do. Like Stafford has to prove a point. OBJ has to prove a point. And I feel like a lot of the offense is going to rally around those guys. And then their freaking defense is still amazing. I mean, they got insane, like some of the best players at their positions on defense. So it's set up for them to really, really be dominating, well, and that's a Super Bowl I really rather see, Rams and Chiefs. Yeah. Imagine if we get a Super Bowl where it's Bengals versus Niners. What? Like, that's something I didn't even think about going into the season. That there's a chance that Bengals and Niners could be a Super Bowl. Like, especially with like all the hate the Bengals were getting at the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah.
So
that's funny, dude. I don't know. I just think it's just like at this point it's like anything can happen. They've clearly shown it, and I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen. The only thing I could tell you that I could probably predict of what's going to happen, just because we can see that it's going to be Chiefs and Rams. but they keep surprising us. Yeah.
I like the Rams. I like the Chiefs. That's good. I think that'll be a really fun Super Bowl. Because I think the defense with their skill level, they know how to get the Chiefs off balance. I think Tampa showed them last year. Granted, they had a lot of problems going to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Where they don't have it this year, but still, you still have one of the most dominating, or if not the most dominating defensive linemen, in the league. Going that's going to go after him. Great linebacker, great corner. So that's gonna be a fun game. So just for shits and giggles, if that is the Super Bowl, who are we going with? We're going Rams or we're going Chiefs? If we going with that,
I really want a Rams. I want Matthew Stafford to get himself a win. It'd be really nice. I think nostalgically, I think all Detroit fans would want that as well. He's been their hometown hero for many, many years. He's just that guy that you see one guy that you've been attached to for the whole time, and then he goes to another team, but you don't really hate him because he got traded, so it's not really his fault either. So it's like you kind of still have the love for him. There's a video that I saw of a Matthew Stafford fan who was in Detroit. He's a Detroit fan, but he was like cheering on the Rams, and they beat the Bucks, and it was a pretty cool sight seeing him just cheering on. And you could see him. He had a Stafford jersey on. He was in the living room. And he was just jumping up and down. So it was pretty cool. And I think that everyone in Motor City would love to see that. And I'm in the same boat. I mean, you and I have been talking about Matthew Stafford. He's just a tank, man. And we love that about him. He doesn't come down. He's just there. Like, as much as he gets banged up, he'll still play. I don't think I've ever seen this on any player, that just go back in and continue to play. Like I'm pretty sure you had broken bones before, and he still jumps in there and he still makes it happen. So, but yeah. So, you put the DraftKings thing?
Yeah. That's what I was like.
Do we have the link though?
The link should be in the description. For both channels. I think I did. I set it up kind of late.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
All right, I'll put it up right now.
But I'll talk about it. So for those who are watching right now, can you still do it right now or no?
Yeah, you should be able to. I think you should be able to do it right up into the.
But I'll talk about it. All right. So, anyways, if you're doing DraftKings, if you have DraftKings. But I'll talk about it. Our Nerd Huddle crew, we are basically doing a $1 entry. If you're doing it, Tank here is working on that right now. In the description below, it's not there yet, but it will be. But yeah, it's $1 join. I mean, if you've done drafts before, obviously you're here for drafting, and or you watched our show before. Winner take all, just for the 4 games, and between these 4 games, you just pick your lineup just like your regular draft. If you haven't done DraftKings before, what's awesome about DraftKings though? Have you ever done the flash draft? A lot of people don't know about that. So flash draft. Let me know when you're done. Flash draft is basically you can draft a certain amount of players each quarter. It's about 5 players each quarter in this particular game, and it times out. So it gives you like 10 seconds to choose between 3 players, and you have to pick one of those 3 that it gives you. You don't really get to pick out of the whole roster. And then you go to the next player, another 10 seconds. So it's another 10 seconds. So it's like 10-second increments of 5 rounds, and you have 3 players to choose. It's either QBs, the kickers, the running backs. Sometimes there's a ×2 or a ×3 on a certain player. So those are always fun. The bonus. And then you basically compete against whoever enters. So it's pretty cool. I like doing the flash drafts in DraftKings. I don't know if FanDuel has it, but it's really interesting to do each quarter. So you're basically drafting each quarter, especially during these playoff games, since it's only the one game. But other than that, yeah, just get it up.
Yep, it should be up on both channels.
Okay.
And you have 3 hours and 20 minutes left as of right now.
Yeah, as of now, yeah, before kickoff. So, let me see if it pulled up for us. But yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. I like doing the flash drafts just whenever.
I didn't know that. Man, I mean, I guess if you're watching the game anyway,
Yeah,
just have the phone up and boom, boom, boom.
Oh, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. Because like you're drafting like what we love drafting, obviously, because we're kind of a fantasy football show all around. Also, yeah, you just draft your 5 players and then you compete against other people, so it's pretty fun. But
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just $1. We're only doing $1, so
yeah. Which man, I remember looking at last week's one real quick, and I think I was
everybody.
Dude, I was at 170. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then I look at it again, and like somehow I dropped like 40 points, and you like shot up.
Yeah. You had Chiefs defense, didn't you?
Yeah,
you had to have.
I don't know why I picked them.
I had Chiefs defense, or you had Chiefs defense, and I had Gabe Davis and Josh Allen. So
Gabe Davis.
I just shut up that connection right there. So it put me at first. I ended up winning. So
yeah, I mean, everyone else you had
stunk.
Yeah,
absolutely.
really.
They all crap the bed, dude.
I mean, yeah, maybe one other good one, that had like solid double digits. But I mean, Gabe Davis was what 55 points or something silly like that.
Plus with Josh Allen was
another 30 somethings.
Joe Mixon had double digits or something like that.
Yeah, he had a solid game.
Yeah, I was like 5th till first.
Shit.
So
yeah,
but still, I was still behind.
Yeah, that was fun though. It was fun because I would check on it every so often. Today I feel like I have a pretty solid lineup. I don't like leaving like that much money on the bench, like
Neither do I. I like spending every like the most I leave is maybe about 100 to 300. I try to get the best value out of it because if you adjust your lineup, maybe you can get something better. So yeah.
That's I think I'm looking at mine now. I have $200 left. It's a little bit harder to do when
Chiefs Kingdom. Let's go.
When we have 4 teams. Just Hefe.
Yeah.
A little nervous. Really? Today?
I think it's because he's nervous that they lost last time. I think you'll be fine, man. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
You got more players that are healthy today than you did last time. So
yeah. And it's definitely I think Mahomes doesn't need to be very Mahomesy and throw like a touchdown in 13 seconds. I think he can play just a good game and win it. That defense, which they should do, is what's gonna win the Chiefs that game.
Yeah.
So, I think, I mean, and it shouldn't be too hard because I mean you can literally walk through that O-line and then chase Joey B, in the backfield for a while, but you just have to make sure he just doesn't chuck it up to
maybe they made some changes in their game plan. They're gonna keep a running back there at all times. Leave a fullback back there. That I don't know. They might make some changes to that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Because what we saw that was pathetic.
Yeah.
And then the Titans, they should the Tannehill. Oh boy, I don't know what's going through on Tannehill's mind right now. That's kind of he lost it for himself. He lost it for them. He really did. So.
Yeah, really. And I just don't. I know we talked about it last week. I was like, why didn't they use Henry more? I mean, I know they gave him a bunch of passes.
They did.
He just
they
didn't do
did.
anything.
He got 20 carries.
Yeah, for what
they used them really well. So I'm sorry if 20 carries.
I think they used them a lot.
Is not enough, and you put up that garbage. Look, there's something going on. Change it up. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah. But go back to what you were saying about your money and your
on
couple
DraftKings?
100, 300, 200, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was saying it's harder to go to get to zero because when you're in the playoffs, there's literally only 4 teams to pick players from.
Yeah.
At this round. So like I think usually when I do daily fantasy in the playoffs, that's when I tend to leave the most money on the bench. But that's when things get harder too because everyone's really good.
Yeah, and then there's always one person there that might potentially change it because someone else in that little lineup could potentially have someone better or by that one person,
Then they should have won in Cincy when they played in the regular season.
Hey, that's why you're nervous though.
Yeah.
That's why you're nervous. But I'm looking at the over-under right now, and Cincy right now is the spread is +7 to 105, and then 115 for the Chiefs. So it's
that's about right.
So, anyways,
I can see that.
Other than that, though, we'll see what happens as of today. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna go Chiefs, and I'm gonna say the Rams, and I think it's gonna be Chiefs Rams at the end. And at the end of it, I think Chiefs can probably win another Super Bowl. Yes. However, I don't want that, and I definitely want the Rams. And do I see the Rams taking it? Yes, because they're more balanced, I think. I think they're more balanced. If freaking Cam Akers can hold the freaking ball, Jesus. I don't know. He might get benched, dude. They might run Sony Michel the whole time. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Jake Funk might come out of the woodwork, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm switching Chiefs rematch San Francisco. I mean, I every week I say there's no way San Fran's winning. There's no way, and then they win. So, and the only time I was really confident or fairly confident was the wild card against the Cowboys because Cowboys do what they do, and they choke.
Yeah.
I can't say that. I can't be like, oh, Rams should definitely win it. I mean, they should.
They made all these moves for this season, though.
Yeah.
This has to be it.
Yeah. We're Chiefs. Yeah.
Next year they
Chiefs
got
have many years.
Let me look real quick. I'm gonna see what their future is.
I think you're right.
Rams picks right now. They don't have a first. They don't have a second. They don't have a third. Or they have a third. My bad. So they have a third, a fourth, a fifth, 3 6s, and 2 7s. So they still have 8 picks, but they're not high picks at all.
Yeah.
And this draft class, like I said, I've been saying it for weeks. It's not that great. There might potentially find a gem there, but I don't know.
No, they built this Rams team to win
for
this year.
Season. Yes. 100%.
Yeah. And also you got to really think about it. Like, is Stafford gonna come back? Win or lose, he's definitely up there in age. He beat the hell up. Detroit beat him up. So I mean, he's been a tank, like you said. Like, he's just one of those guys that's tough as nails. Eventually it gets to you. If Rams win the Super Bowl, Stafford's retiring. That's it. He's done. I don't see him coming back. There's no reason. They go out on
33 though.
I mean,
I would say a typical average. Tom Brady is the outlier here, but so he doesn't count. Typically about 34 to 36 years of age, and now it seems 36 is now the new norm.
Yeah. I was gonna say like 37 seems like where a lot of these guys are at.
I mean, we could potentially see a year where we see Big Ben, Brady, Rodgers, Stafford, all these guys who've been in our hearts for the last decade. They could potentially be gone, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the QB situation is going to be very interesting after these next couple weeks because after this, we got a couple weeks, and then free agency opens up. So
Yeah, was it March? Right, March.
yeah,
The
beginning of
moves is
March.
what what convinced me to.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens today. I'm excited
Yeah.
for both these games, regardless what happens. At this point, I'm not really rooting for anybody. The teams that I wanted to win at this point now have been eliminated, or they just never made it. But I guess right now the only team I guess I could pick right now is because I would say the Nerd Huddle. We're kind of Matthew Stafford fans, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard for anybody not to be. Like, honestly, like I know like Hefe KC, he's definitely a KC fan. But Stafford is just one of those guys that everyone likes. You know, everyone sees his toughness. Everyone sees what he went through and how he is, and he comes back and he does what he did this year. I mean, with Cooper Kupp, you know, I mean that's crazy. You know, I mean everyone on that team has such a great story. Like everyone knows about the whole Cooper Kupp and his wife supporting him while he chased his dream kind of story now, because that's all I see everywhere for the past like 2 weeks. So, is OBJ this cancer, that other teams claim he is, because he's not there, he's not in LA. So yeah, I don't know. It's just good stories, with the players.
Oh,
but
yeah,
also,
for sure.
The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I want to see that Super Bowl, and I would be happy with that Super Bowl, LA and KC.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, and even Hefe's I like Stafford's talents were definitely wasted. He's a huge underdog.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny, like you say that now, Hefe. It's like that's how I'm thinking about DeAndre Swift right now. Thinking about DeAndre Swift, I'm on St. Brown. Like, look, and I said this Thursday on my show last couple weeks or days ago. We could potentially see the Lions actually pull off a little bit more than 4 wins next season. Most of these games, they only lost by a field goal.
Yeah.
People forget about that. People are just saying, oh, the Lions suck. Yeah, but they only lost by a field goal each game. Most of their games. They're a few pieces away from actually contending and pulling off more wins. So yeah. I really hope, because I love DeAndre Swift. And I'm on St. Brown. Me and Mark called that when we were going to say he was going to be the number one. We said that in the offseason, and turns out he was. It took a little while, but he clearly established the number one spot. So we'll see. There's a little bit of hope in the Motor City. But as of now, I'm pretty sure all Detroit fans are probably rooting for Rams, as am I. Give it to the guy. Hopefully this is his year. I would hope so.
Yeah, because if it's not this year,
a little bit more than 4 wins. That's what they pull, man.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind, especially like being a Bears fan in the division. It looks like Aaron Rodgers wants to leave, especially with a lot of the staff leaving. I mean, it's still a lot early, but if Rodgers leaves, it's definitely up in the air for that division, because I don't think Green Bay is going to be the dominating force that they once were. And I think the Lions are in a good spot to do a quick, good rebuild.
I think they're in
a few spots away.
I think they're in that moment right now. I think they've been doing that as of now. And I think this is why I think they'll go with Jared Goff one more year, and then go out and potentially draft Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So if they have the moves now, do it. I mean, I think they have a couple first rounders here. Let me check. I think they have a handful of them, right? Yeah, they have 2 firsts this year. They have Jesus, man. They have 10 picks this year.
Holy shit! We thought 9 were a lot. Wow.
No, they have 2 firsts. One from Detroit, one from LA, because paying off the debt that they owed Jared Goff over there. So they got an extra first. They have a second. They have a third. They have another third. So in just alone in the top 3 picks, they have 5 of them. Wow. They have a fifth. They have 2 sixths and 2 sevens. And those last 7s are from Cleveland and from New England. So we can easily see, one of those good DNs going to Detroit, either Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. I just don't think they get a QB, and if they do, I think that they're probably. I don't know if they roll them out. They probably do, but I would hope they go after another weapon, like another receiver late in the first, man, for their 31st pick and get another receiver. I don't know, but Detroit, we might see them come out and potentially get a little bit more than, like I said, a little bit more than 4 wins.
I agree, and I feel like in the Bears division, NFC North, a lot of people haven't. All the other teams really haven't. Like I don't say they haven't been trying, but it's also they haven't been trying. And I feel because Aaron Rodgers, if Rodgers is gone, I can see all 3 of the other teams going really hardcore. I mean, Chicago's doing a lot of moves with GMs. I mean, they've got their first ever assistant GM ever in the whole organization. They never had an assistant GM, so they're doing some good stuff there. Vikings have been good, same thing, a few things away that could be really dominant, and 10 picks in the draft. I
hope so. And I could talk Bears with you because the other guys that come on, they'll ramble on about it. But I know if I talk about Bears, we'll stop at a certain point. But I really hope that the Bears can pull something off. I still have hope for Justin Fields. I really do.
I do too.
I liked him. He's a really smart kid. His problem is he doesn't have a line. A lot of people are like, oh, he's not that good. I'm like, yeah, but come on. Like, look at T-Law. I watched what he's doing, and he looks good. The problem is you can only be so good with trash.
Yeah.
DJ Chark was his best weapon. He didn't have him at the beginning of the season, and then when he had him for like those two games, he got hurt the second or third game, and he was done. And then he lost Marvin Jones, right? Or was the other? Yeah, Marvin Jones.
Yep. Jones.
Right. And it was Laviska Shenault. Like it was just they were using freaking what's his face, the DB, as a receiver.
That's right.
Dude, like what do you? T-Law is going to be a really good QB. Now, I just have a feeling that it's just going to take some time. I don't think it's going to happen in the next season or 2, but I think 3 seasons from now, he's still being a rookie contract. I think that's the season where we actually see what he's good for.
Yeah, and they hired Leftwich, Brian Leftwich. He's their new head coach over there.
Oh, he likes Jacksonville.
I mean he's that's definitely anybody who didn't think he was going there is crazy. I mean there was a little bit he's not going there, he's going there, and obviously he went there. I think the stuff he can do with T-Law is going to be really, really good. I think he knows how that feels, like being that QB and stuff like that. So he's been there, he's done it, he's seen it, he's lived it, and I don't think he wants to have his life repeated with T-Law. So I think. And he knows T-Law is a better QB than he was, he
knows how good he is. Oh yeah. I mean, freaking Meyer didn't do any. Meyer sucked.
No,
Meyer was the issue there.
Yeah.
Kicking your own.
Jesus. Jags are going to be really, really good this year. And as he Leftwich.
I can't. I will never forget that a head coach kicked his kicker. Oh my God!
Yeah, that whole thing was bonkers. But Hefe, sees what happened in Kansas City. Last year they had the O-line problems, and their GMs, they're like, hey, this shit ain't happening again. They turned around and made a better O-line, a solid O-line, and a deep O-line, where they're going into the Super Bowl again, and are not even thinking about O-line issues. Like they are solid. And now we have one of their like assistant GM, VP, wherever the fuck he was in Kansas City, is in Chicago now. You know, he's young, he's smart. I think he knows people, and he even said, I was listening to a thing on him. He was saying that people, you know, because he was one of the assistant kind of guys. He said like their GM, the Kansas City GM, kind of just signed off on shit and let all his minions, you know, like Ryan Poles and all the other guys, kind of do a lot of the work, you know, the scouting and like, hey, let's get him. And then, you know, which was kind of interesting. So he even said, he goes, yeah, he wasn't as involved, their GM, as other people would have thought.
That's a good thing or a bad thing, because he's not micromanaging, but he's letting his crew do their job.
But I mean, but that's what you train them to do. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
it's
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you train them to do this so you can focus on other things, you know. So
on your job,
you know, when you,
I guess,
yeah.
You know.
So, you know, so when it comes to scouting and stuff, he's got a good eye, you know. So definitely, I'm okay with that, because then you're not looking at hundreds of players, you know. You're separating it. He's like, you look at these guys, you know, and then bring me the cream of the crop, you know.
Right.
And that's what they did. And I mean, look what they got. They have one of the best teams in the NFL, you know, with what they got. So, it was Hefe said they get smart coaches from different places. Yeah. So I'm excited. There's a lot of quote unquote bad teams that are changing a lot. You know, that I can see just coaching.
Let's look at the Bengals.
Difference.
Come on.
Yeah.
Look at the Bengals.
Yeah. And then the Bears picked up the QB coach from Green Bay.
Oh,
I mean, you have the
right.
guy.
Yeah.
He's the offensive coordinator. So you have the guy who was literally working with Aaron Rodgers every single day, you know, for as long as he's been in, or at least a
oh man,
QB coach.
Justin's
he's going there,
so
and he's teaching Justin.
So oh my god,
you know. So I mean, hey, let's bring Green Bay's offense to Chicago. I'm down for that. You know,
even if it's Aaron Rodgers.
No, not Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So, but yeah, good move on QB coach. I think so too. So, and that's part of the reason why I think like Aaron Rodgers is probably not going to stay in Green Bay. Is I think there's a few coaches.
There's too many pieces leaving. Yeah, their defensive coordinator already left, and I think he went to Denver or some crap. So yeah, the team's falling apart, and they're stuck with poor old Jordan Love over there, who apparently sucks, which we've seen. I don't know. Yeah,
but real quick, I saw a stat. So between all the years of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers that we only got 2 Super Bowls out of those jackasses. So good job at being really awesome during the regular season, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
You know, thanks for being a fantasy great. You know, fantasy football.
Right.
So I don't know. So that was my little FU Packers.
No, you're good, man.
But yeah,
it's a lot cleaner than what the other guys would have said.
It'll be still going. That's insane. 2 Super Bowls. Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like great quarterbacks doesn't mean Super Bowl wins. You know,
no.
I mean,
I said, QBs can only do so much if you know, like I said earlier, they can't work with trash. Not all of them can say that. Okay, there are some that can. Drew Brees did it. Aaron Rodgers did it. Tom Brady did it. You know, I don't know if Peyton Manning ever had a trash lineup for a couple of weeks or not. I think he always had someone there. But we've seen these guys who've done it, but you know, at a certain point it becomes a struggle for them. So we'll see, man.
So that's gonna be fun. So I think later today when the games start, on the Nerd Huddle channel, I'm gonna meet up with Fredo and Brian. So we'll probably do like a watch party kind of thing for the games. For sure the first game and probably most of the second game. I think because the second game is fairly early. It starts at 5:30 Central Time, which is pretty early. So
I'm okay with that. I'm going to bed early too.
Yeah. So So we'll probably watch those games for sure. Do a little live thingy. I have a new toy I want to play with. I have a new like podcasty thingy
There you go.
to get to
Thank
play
you.
with.
Okay. The way
Yeah.
that came out wrong in so many ways, bro.
I know. I'm tired as hell still, man. So
Oh, you're lucky Fredo's not here, man. That guy would
I know,
take
right?
it down the rabbit hole. So he would just fester down there. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of, he owes a few shots.
Oh my
So-
gosh, yes, he does.
I'll have him pay up during today.
I'm actually making a clip of him. So.
Nice. All the clips of him saying the Jets are gonna win 8 games or what?
I am. It's along those lines. I'm gonna play it when he comes back on, whenever he unsituates himself over there, whatever he's got going on. But yeah,
That'd be fun. That'd be fun for sure. Anything else, man?
No. What are we doing for the rest of the week? What do we got? Monday, Tuesday.
Let's see. So Monday, I'm working on changing the banner. But yeah, Monday we're doing a movie. We're not sure what movie yet.
Okay.
But we're doing a movie review. So make sure you go check out Spoiler Kings. We're doing a bunch of cool stuff over there now too. If you're into like TV shows and movies and all that good stuff. Tuesday, Panda and Grizzly. So that's over here on the Nerd Huddle channel. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about.
Where they
Probably
talk
obviously talk about the
bears
game.
and just cry about
A lot of bears.
That's pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, actually a lot. A new all these new coaches that we're getting, so that's a lot of good stuff we're gonna be for sure talking about. And then probably a lot of other league stuff too. We try to split it 50-50 now. Between the league and then the Bears. And then Wednesday, Dynasty Pylon. What are you guys doing on Wednesday?
So we're gonna do the last rookie prospect of the linebackers from our top 5, and then we're gonna transition into offense. We're gonna do our first tight end. We're gonna do the lowest tight end of rank 5 tight end. We're gonna start with the tight ends, go receivers, running back, QB. So we'll probably get more people now because the IDP personnel, well, it's not famous yet. It will be. It's not yet. I give another couple years before people start actually giving the IDP a go. But I will do our last linebacker, and then we'll go into tight ends, talk about them for a couple weeks, and then transition full onto offense as we hit into the Senior Bowl and the Combine. So
yeah,
we should be timed up just in time for the draft, which comes up pretty quick, believe it or not.
I know. And then we'll do what we did last year again. We'll do like a cool watch party, and react to like all the big moves and stuff like that.
Dude, that was fun.
So that was super fun. So make sure you go check out Dynasty Pylon, their channel, if you're watching on Nerd Huddle. Links for all the shows are in the description.
And if you're on Dynasty Pylon, go to Nerd Huddle.
There you go. And then also Thursday there is no Thursday show, so we have a second Wednesday show. So right after the Dynasty Pylon, if you want to talk some TV streaming stuff, Spoiler Kings do a Wednesday show as well. We talk about like Book of Boba, Peacemaker, which is freaking awesome, and again a couple other like kind of shows that we like to talk about. So make sure you check out Spoiler Kings, and then that's about it for now. Hopefully we get some, but real quick for the off season, I think we're gonna have some fun. We'll definitely do more like divisional breakdowns again. They won't be as long and repetitive as we did last year.
That was a try,
but yeah, but I mean it was fun, but it got a little much by the end. But definitely we'll break it up with some trivia games, which I want to get. Hopefully I want to try to get some other collabs coming in and just chatting. Definitely more mock drafts. Do some more mock drafts, stuff like that. So and I know you guys are gonna do the same thing.
Oh, dude, we're gonna do all kinds of crap. I think we're gonna actually open up 3 leagues too to the public.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah. One's a guillotine league, which a lot of people don't know what that is. We're gonna do that, and then another one that I created. It's called Building Blocks. I've dubbed it that. I don't know. The concept I haven't found anywhere, so I created this weird thing, which I was gonna roll out last season, but I'll do it this season.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think you got a lot of people that want to play it. Between us and the Get Right guys alone, I think we're all like in on it. So, so yeah, and then also if you want, I think the Get Right Fantasy Network, there's some guys that are really cool with us, and we hang out with them a lot. You go check them out. I think they should be live right now. So if you want to go check them out, they're really cool too. But yeah, man, we're gonna have some fun. And then also DraftKings, you still got a few more hours to join our daily fantasy.
Yeah, get up on that
contest. Man. Yeah, $1 to get in. I think winner takes all. So
yeah, I set it up right this time, which kind of screwed myself on that. It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. I still have bragging rights. I still won.
I got my $1 back. I got my $1 back.
Mike's by himself. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. So I wish we can raid here, but yeah, go check out. We're about to get off. Go check out Get Right Fantasy. They should be our friends list at the bottom of our pages, so go check them out. He's still live, and go tell Mike that the Nerd Huddle and Dynasty Pylon said hi. But that is it from us. When we get out here, we'll see you guys next week, and then hopefully a little later today, we'll do a watch party with some of these games. So come hang out. But that is it. Later, guys.